Hello, I'm Melanie Chacon with TooeleTV, and here with me today is Will, and Will is from Absolute Scuba Center. Thanks for joining us, Will.
You're welcome.
So Will's going to tell us a little bit about the center and what it has to offer.
Absolute Scuba Center is a dive center, PADI dive center, full service. We do reg rebuilds. We sell all kinds of equipments. We feature dives out of the country and to California. We do local dives every month. We do class training from beginning all the way up through the top. So
Awesome. So you're an instructor here, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and a partial owner, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. So where do you do your local dives?
Sea Base is one of them, Blue Lakes. We have 11 active spots we dive, Sand Hollow, all over the place. Our pool's done at Pratt Aquatic Center, which is one block down the street.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your classes that you offer?
Our classes offer $250 is the beginning class, and that's everything except mask, snorkel, and fins. It covers all your rental gear, your BCDs, and your expensive stuff. We cover all the costs of that. Your interest fees, if we go like Sea Base, is $20. You'd have to pay that. It'll allow you to learn to dive with a buddy by yourselves, or with a dive master at first. So.
Okay. Do you do personal lessons?
We do. We call it an executive course. Yes.
Okay.
So it's one-on-one, and we can do it, within 2 days. So.
But usually it's groups?
Yeah, usually it's groups, 4 to 6 people. We try to keep it small. We like a personal thing. So it's Friday nights, Saturday mornings, Friday night, Saturday morning, usually another Saturday morning in the pool, and then we're off to open water, which is 2 days, 4 dives.
Awesome. So who can dive?
Anybody can dive. We have there's paraplegics that dive. There's handicapped people, veterans. We do fundraisers for the disabled veterans and stuff. Anybody can dive. You just have to get clearance. If you have a medical problem, and we have a sheet that you fill out.
Okay.
And if it's listed in there, you just have to get a doctor's note saying you're able to dive. So.
Okay. What's the age group?
We can teach all the way down to 8 years old. It's called Bubble Makers, 8 and 9 are Bubble Makers. It's done in the pool, and it's really restrictive, but it's fun. You get kind of a little kids group thing, their youth group. And then at 10 and 11, it starts opening up. You got 40-foot, restrictions, and then after that, it's up to 15. 15, they become full open water students. The limit is recreational limits with proper training is 130 foot.
Okay. Do you have to know how to swim? Is that?
You don't have to be a great swimmer. But you do have to have basic swimming skill. The more comfortable you're in the water, the better experience you're going to have. So if you're pretty comfortable in the water, it's great. If you ever been snorkeling and you liked what you did and you saw the divers down there, it's kind of a progression thing. You want to go down there,
Right.
So.
Right. So, yeah, thank you. So I know you have an upcoming event. Why don't you tell us about where you're traveling to?
Next Saturday, we take off and we'll be diving in Bonaire. It's right off Venezuela. We have a group of 19 going out, and we do trips like that at least twice a year. In September, we're doing a Santa Barbara Channel Islands. That's in California. The following year, we'll be going back out to the Bahamas, to Exuma Cays, and we'll do a liveaboard yacht out there. And then we'll probably do Coco's View. We're not quite sure where the second one's going to be. It's going to be a surprise. So everybody's got to look on our Facebook, to Absolute Scuba Center's Facebook, to do it.
That sounds like so much fun. So you don't just stay local, you dive around the area, but you also take trips out of Utah and out of the country even. That's great.
We do dive-alongs once a month. So once a month we're in the water at some lake, even through the wintertime. We do, we have hot pots here, natural hot springs. We have the Crater, which is up in Heber. We also have Tremonton. They have out in Camper World, they have some more hot pots out there. So we'll do that when it's really, really cold outside. Blue Lake's a thermally heated lake, and even in the wintertime, it's cold. The wind, the area is cold, but the water, stays in the high 60s, low 70s. So it's diveable. So.
Right. Well, thank you for explaining all of that to us and teaching us about your center. I did say that I was going to ask you what SCUBA stands for, so if you could just go ahead and tell us.
Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome. All right, so we're back here at the SCUBA Center with Mark. Mark, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome.
So on the sign, it says diving is our passion. So I wanted to ask Mark how you and Will got interested in diving.
Me and Will was dive partners for quite a while, and there was a dive shop here in Tooele, and they decided to sell off and liquidate, and me and Will got together and bought it.
That's great. So what made you passionate about diving in the first place?
You would have to dive to understand. It's the most amazing thing in the world. It's once you start diving, it gets in your bones. It's amazing.
Wow. All right. So if I were just to walk in here off the street and I came up to the counter and I said, I want to dive tomorrow, would that be possible?
You could do a Discover Scuba dive. We take you to the pool and give you kind of an introduction to scuba diving. And then if that's something that you want to pursue, then we can set you up with a crew pack. It gives you all the paperwork. We start out with some classrooms, then we end up back in the pool. Do a few different pool dives. Then we go to open water. We got 4 dives in open water, and you're an open water diver.
So would I have to bring my own gear, or could I rent gear here?
You should buy your own mask, fins, and a snorkel. We provide all the other gear. Buying your own gear is always best, but if that's not in your budget, we sure have gear, very nice gear to rent.
Okay. If I'm not a diver normally, you guys have that stuff to rent here, though, right?
We do.
Awesome. Okay. So what's a typical class like? How long does the process take to become certified? Is it months? Is it weeks?
You could get certified in a month in a normal class, or you could take an executive class and get done in just a few days.
All right. And you guys have tanks here that you sell, or do you just refill them?
We have both. We mainly just refill tanks. We have our own tanks that we rent out.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for letting us interview you. So Absolute Scuba Center here in Tooele. Come down. They can get you certified and take you on dives here or outside of the country if you're interested. Thanks again for joining us. My name is Melanie with TooeleTV.